Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Today, I'm going to be looking at responding to your comments. Starting out, I'm going to be working on the most recent video, looking at the oldest comments on that video, and then working my way to the newest. From there, I'll move on to the next video till I'm more or less done with this video. And without further ado, I'm going to dig right into it. Starting out with the first video, it's going to be reacting to Blizzard making a big mistake. This was my first ever reaction video, and people had a lot to say, so let's look at it. First comment here comes from Alex Street 9470, and he said the following: I didn't like having to raid to perform at max level in PvP. I enjoyed PvP in Kata a lot, but the fact that I had to spin my wheels raiding Deathwing over and over really made me salty about the expansion. I didn't mind the world revamp. It was actually kind of made the world feel new again, but the required PvE for a PvP player was rough. I agree wholeheartedly with you, Alex. This was something I liked more about the more classic side of WoW, was being able to raid PvP for PvP gear. Having to raid the PvE content for PvP related materials doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and it can really come across as a slap in the face for the PvP players that really want to put the time in. Up next, we have Dark Mega Plague, who says the following: Classic has always been tightly bound to Warcraft 1, 2, 3 RPG game. All the characters you played as when you were a kid during the 90s and early 2000s was created and played during that era of Warcraft RPG. Cataclysm was the beginning of the end for WoW lore, and Activision showed us how much of instant changes they could throw at our faces. Yeah, they really did, and they didn't pull any punches with the Cataclysm expansion. Next up is from Nanomachine EXE. I quit at the last patch of Legion. I came back for Classic because I was playing Vanilla P servers at the time. Eventually, the Burning Crusades came. The moment they announced the boost and all the microtransactions, I was gone. They didn't learn anything. I just want the game to be pure, to not be a corporate cesspool. Nanomachine, I couldn't agree more. I am kind of over MMOs these days and being nothing but overpriced gotcha games. It's just gotten to the point where it costs as much to play Genshin Impact these days as it does to play World of Warcraft. That is, unless you're a whale. Now we have a comment from the user Shadowforge, who states, I was actually interested to see your opinion till your first comment was to insult the entire community. Then I noticed the sub count and realized this is just garbage engagement bait and content theft disguised as a reaction video, so there was no point in bothering to finish watching. I would love to see your point of view on this, Shadowforge, but my first comment in that video was sarcasm directed about how sometimes people like to complain and not offer constructive criticism or what they would like to see from developers. I think had you actually watched the full video, and I'm standing behind my comment here, had you actually gone and watched the whole thing, you would have seen some of that. Up next on this same chain of comments, we have Hawkstrike18 at Fathead Gaming. To me, it's no joke. It's the reality. Salty and hateful people who supposedly call out others' bitterness. They're not the whole community, but they act like they are. They use some valid points to push an agenda 24/7. I could go on. I'd be exposing and bashing these people who are addicted to throwing stones 24/7. Myself if I could, and if I wanted to bother to such an extent. I've criticized these companies countless times too, but the trendy blind hate part will always be worse than the company's greed itself. All part of the same problem, of course, in my view. And I don't choose to support any of the two bad options. I can bash them both and be hated by both for all I care. That said, I understand that having a channel forces you to filter further what you would really think and feel like. And you don't have to agree on these, of course. Or maybe you agree with the hate. I won't judge much. But what I mainly wanted to say is, let them whine and prove what they are on their own. You don't have to apologize, whether it was a joke or not. They're just casting another stone again. That's what such people always do while judging others for whatever they want and invent. I've noticed a full pattern long ago, and if I listed all the timeline, few would disagree. If they really care about such things, like they say they are about, and then it'd be easy to see who aren't part of the mob mentality and actually act like they're led by some circles. Wow. Thank you, Hawkstrike. And then you have a follow-up comment here I'm going to read as well. At Fathead Gaming. For the record, people are ready to mock you if you don't agree with their hate. Not arguments. 100%. It definitely isn't about the things they're preaching. They just want to spread fanaticism and certain views. Well, that's what I've observed throughout the many years I've been following the topic. Those who know, I suppose. Hawkstrike, you make several good points here, and I couldn't agree with you more. And I'll be on my toes in the future when it comes to people and just blindly spreading hate. I don't believe in just spreading hate for the sake of spreading hate. I believe in being constructive and providing criticism that people can work with in the future. And up next, we have Wuthering Waves Early Thoughts. This video only has one comment, and it's from a user named Martin2Big4838. Nice username, by the way. And it's, hey, you sound like you know your stuff. Hey, that's appreciated. But the gameplay audio and your voiceover are clashing with one another. This is an example of constructive criticism because he is 100% right. I don't know what went wrong in this video, but I'm hoping I fixed it in the creation of this video. It sounded fine right up until the point I uploaded the video to YouTube. And if you go back and watch this video now, you'll be able to tell that it sounds really compressed and that you can hardly hear me over the game audio. So I'm really hoping that that is fixed here. The next video we have is actually a short, and that is called Negotiating with the Legion. What's up? Someone on YouTube told me to try this on you. Okay, well, it didn't work. Or did it? The first comment on this video comes from a user named Axby1922. Ah, the good old 95% chance to hit, double VATS miss. The classic. You know, I don't know who does calculations in these games, but it really makes me wonder. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels this pain. Next, we have Aft Penguin. That's a interesting username. Super Sledge is the way to go when in Caesar's camp. You really want Oh Baby because of super high damage as a Super Sledge. That would be true, but I'm just not running a melee build, Penguin. Well, I think this is where I'm going to end this video for now. If you guys want to see more videos like this where I kind of like give my feedback on the comments, or you just have constructive criticism for me, drop it below in the comments, leave a like, and even hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. It's going to help me with the motivation to grow this channel because it's been kind of slow up till now. But regardless, I appreciate your comments and everything that's said, even the negative stuff. And until next time, take care of yourselves.